This chapter marks the beginning of Volume 8, and although not very action-heavy, it really serves its purpose in wrapping up the second phase of the Chunin exam. Naruto, number 64, Lord Hokage's Message. Well, hello my brothers and sisters and prospective Chunin of the Nerd Nation. I, as always, am Jim, and I'm here to bring you another review on the awesome and adventure-filled, thriller-minute, backstabbingly great tale of Naruto. Now, our last chapter, of course, saw us wrapping up, in essence, the majority of, I guess you would say, the second phase or second exam within the Chunin exams, and really wrapping up Volume 7 as well. So as we dive headfirst here into Volume 8, I can't help but notice that I really love the way the artwork is done on the covers of these volumes, at least thus far. And of course, I've still got about 50 or 60 more to go until I'm caught up. But nonetheless, very, very good artwork as well. So the last chapter and volume wound up ending off with Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, along with the help of Kabuto. He was reunited with the rest of his cell, and they both went in their kind of separate doors into the Tower of Doom, or whatever it was, in the center of the Forest of Death, to finish up the Chunin, that particular phase of the Chunin exams. We found out that Kabuto is actually a double agent or a spy working for Orochimaru, and had been spying on and obviously reporting his findings to Orochimaru about Sasuke and in regards to Naruto as well. So that's how things left off. Things wind up picking up right where they left off, and this chapter is really kind of more of a laid-back bridge chapter to kind of bridge the action that took place, the balls to the wall action in the second phase of the Chunin exam, or the second exam, and then kind of bridge it and get us to the third part. So as we left Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto, they were reading this scroll that was on the wall, and they were wondering what they had to do to actually fully complete the exam. And things had left off with them about to open their Heaven and Earth scrolls, which they wind up doing. Now, they were warned that doing it before they were supposed to by Kabuto, that he's seen in the past that there's some kind of knockout spell that knocks people out, and we obviously saw that as well with another kind of no-name cell, a few chapters back. So they wind up opening these things up, and as they open them up, Sasuke's like, whoa, shit, drop him, it's a summoning spell. So they drop him, get him out of their hands, Sakura and Naruto do, and who appears out of thin air but Master Iruka? Master Iruka appears, and he says that, basically it just happened to be dumb luck that he was in this particular set of scrolls to go and deliver them the news that they passed. But ultimately, that's what he's there for, and to also make sure that they understood what the point of this particular exam was. And the point of the exam, really in a nutshell, and the whole explanation of it is that you need to be able to work as a team, and you need to be able to have your strengths and weaknesses. You need to be able to identify your weaknesses and play off your strengths. If you're weak mentally, like Naruto is class-wise, you need to learn and study more so you can become smarter, right? If you're weak physically, like Sakura is, and he even uses this to point these out as examples, you have to train in the field, so to speak, to become more powerful. But really what it is, as far as being Chunin, is, and getting to that level, is the fact that they can work together and be able to go and play off each other's strengths and weaknesses to have a good balance and a good equality amongst themselves of brains and brawn. And that's what I liked about it. That's what I took from the whole chapter. It's neat to see Naruto as he's grown already just in these first 60-70 chapters, as well as Sasuke, and of course the bite that he has from Orochimaru, now cursed and everything else. But really, what I took from this is that Master Iruka still has a fondness for and an adoration for Naruto. He really likes him, whether he's a father figure or an older brother figure, whatever you want to say. He's a caring person. That's something that Naruto has been severely lacking in his life, is people that actually give two shits about him. But Iruka does. He cares about him. And he winds up even saying, don't go so hard in the third one, Naruto. I'm really worried about you. And Naruto puts him in his place and says, listen, I appreciate your concern, but I'm a shinobi now, okay? I'm the real deal. I'm not a kid anymore. As soon as I wound up getting that headband, which you gave me, Master Iruka, I went to the next level. I'm not a little boy anymore, And that's really what I took from it, is that, hey, listen, thanks for the concern, but I'll be cool. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. I got shit to do, So again, really, and it was, and then of course piecing together everything in that the missing word that was in the scroll where there's that blank spot really was just, it symbolized the symbol that was in the center of the two scrolls, the heaven and earth ones, which was translated as Jin, which basically means like you are of all things, you are the one that can go and bring unity and peace and prosperity and all these things, you know. It's you're the key component, you're the missing part, and that's what I took from it anyway, was that it's the individual, it's that type of person that they're looking for. So the chapter winds up then going and taking a turn, and we go and we see Anko back talking with the Lord Hokage, explaining obviously everything that has gone on and transpired with Orochimaru. You know, he asks her how her curse, her bite mark is doing, you know, and she says, much better now that you've helped me, Master. So obviously he's helped calm it down. I don't know exactly how this works yet, and people have been pretty cool so far about not spoiling me on it. I do know that it's a curse, but I don't know what the implications or ramifications are of it just yet. I'm sure we'll get to that as we go. But really, the ending of the chapter served to kind of wrap things up for us and move us on to the third exam. We find out that 7 teams pass, so 21 possible perspective Chunin wound up passing 7 cells. And then they go and they say, so for the first time in 5 years, you can make preparations for the third exam now. So I'm taking that as that this exam is so difficult that even though maybe hundreds of applicants try every year, that in the last 4 or 5 years, no one's even made it past the second phase or second exam. Or maybe not enough have, maybe a certain amount need to pass for them to actually go and say, hey, this is worthwhile for us to do the third phase. I'm not really sure about that, but that's what I took from it, you know. And then, of course, we get the whole, you know, he's like, listen, we'll keep, and the Hokage's like, listen, there's nothing we can do about the whole Orochimaru situation. We're going to keep tabs on him the best we can, see what we can do, watching out for things. He knows it's apparent that obviously that Orochimaru has appeared, and because of Sasuke and his ties, and being the last that we know of, or presumed to be the last of the Uchiha clan, at least that's the things that I've taken from it. And then we also find out that he's one of the, Orochimaru, I guess, is one of the 3 great shinobi S level, this and that. And what I take it as is that he was once basically like maybe in line to be Lord Hokage, maybe, you know, or to be one of the higher ups. He was one of the elite. He was one of the best of the best. And that's why I think ultimately they're very scared of him, because of the fact that now that he's turned on them for however long, whatever period of time. It was even rumored, they say at one point, that he was dead, he was killed. So obviously he's very resilient, he's very creepy, and he's got some bigger plans laid out over here, but he knows the inner workings of how everything works, how the exams works, how everything works in the village, Hidden Leaves, you know, or the Hidden Leaf Village, or whatever you want to call it, Konoha. So I think it's very cool to go in and know that this character, it's almost like a sleeping with the enemy type of metaphor. This character is the enemy, but at one point was the ally, and probably knows all the inner workings of everything that goes on, you know, and many of the people in place and things like that. So I think it's very cool. I'm just, man, loving it. And just can't wait to dive into the next chapter. So, as that kind of wraps up the chapter and wraps up Phase 2, or the second exam portion of the Chunin exams, I can say that I'm looking forward to the next one. And really, I guess, my chapter question for you, though, brothers and sisters, is what were your thoughts overall on the second phase of this exam? Some of the characters that we could come to know a little bit better. Some of the characters that we were introduced to, Orochimaru, obviously the cell from the Village of Sound, Kabuto, some of these different characters, the ones from the Village of Sand, they're crazy, formidable, crazy, intense, good foes, or whatever you want to call them, you know. But I want to know what your thoughts are overall, favorite characters, favorite moments, favorite fights, you know, of this actual phase of the Chunin exams. Let me know what your answer is to that question in the comments down below. Feel free to hit the thumbs up, the like button if you should think that I deserve it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We will look forward to catching all of you in the next Fun Nation.
Remember to subscribe to my other channels and follow me on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram too.